You're in California. You're fucking wife. Your shit always be fucked up. That's just yeah,
Shit is
Cali.
whack, bro. I hate it. If I'm
Big up to the
driving, it
regulars,
sucks.
regular motherfucker building. Always in here. Janine, always steady. Cat heads in here. So yeah, let's get it, man.
Right on, brother. Again, episode 10, after party. Appreciate everybody stepping in today. We talk DJ, B-boy, and anything that might come up within. Again, please use the little question thingamajig, whatever, if you have questions or you want to add on to the build. But yeah, the cricket mobile, yeah. But yeah, let's get right into it. So I don't know if you want to start it off. I'll start it off. DJ, B-boy, again, to me personally, and this is the reason why we do it this way, the DJ and the B-boy are this. I mean, that they go hand in hand. And it's a little bit about what I'm going to talk about. But yeah, I'll leave it up to you, brother. What do you want to do?
You can set it off. I'm trying to figure out my blunt. Go ahead.
Cool. All right. So I'll start off with the DJ. Well, actually, all right. I guess I'll start it off this way. So again, my thing is the DJ, aside from being an important part of history, and being, I guess, with putting graffiti off to the side, because we've said that graffiti is an element within itself and it kind of does its own thing or whatever. Out of all the elements, the DJ is the backbone, right? Again,
Yeah.
like we said, without the DJ, the B-boys wouldn't have that stripped down funk, that stripped down breakbeat to go
Right.
off.
Right.
Without the DJ, there wouldn't have been that breakbeat being manipulated, or that 10-second breakbeat being manipulated to give a chance for what became to be known as MCing or rapping or rap. Right.
Right.
So
Right.
the DJ is up there.
Yeah.
Now, again, today we talk about the DJ and the B-boy. My first topic is going to be kind of both hand in hand, kind of leaning towards the B-boy, but stepping in with the DJ. So as a B-boy, as a popper, as a dancer, or whatever, right? We've talked about the DJ being the heartbeat, or delivering the heartbeat, the tone. What you hear from the DJ is what you're gonna emit of your physical body with your skill out to whoever's watching you dance, right?
Right.
So as a B-boy, and you're spending X amount of time building and shaping your craft, your routine, to several songs, right? I mean, there you could be dancing to an up tempo hip hop song, or James Brown, Jimmy Castor and bunch, Jimmy Castor bunch break, whatever it is. So the DJ comes in again, not only as important as it being them being the foundation, but if you're dancing, and again, it doesn't have to be a B-boy, but just in general, if you're dancing, the skill of that DJ spinning has to be on point. I've been to DJ battles, I'm sorry, B-boy battles, where the DJ, and it happens, we get it. If something skips, if you hit the tone arm, uh, the record, and I'm talking record. I know we talk about laptops and all that bullshit these days, but if anything is off with the DJ and or his or her equipment, and the B-boys going off and doing their thing, and it's one just one drum kick, one snare off, it throws off that whole routine. Yes, your skill is to be able to come back on point, kind of like an MC. If you're rhyming something written and you fuck up, boom, you go into a freestyle. Same thing with the B-boy or a dancer. I get it, but you're in your mind doing this routine, and then something happens with the DJ. Again, whether it's the DJ, the sound, the mic, whatever it is, that the importance of the DJ being able to deliver that sound to that B-boy, to have that B-boy be able to deliver his skill, physical skill, is important. Are you okay with you're confirming that? Is that something that you've thought of before?
So it depends on what this is interesting. The first time I've ever heard this in my life, man. In terms of so that you got so it's interesting that you say this. Well, first of all, we got to clarify a couple things. Then I can answer the question. Are you talking about in a organized battle? Is that what you mean?
Anything. I mean,
Because
you're right. You're right.
I don't think it's on the DJ at a club. If a DJ is rocking out at a club, and it just happens to be a club where people come and dance. I don't think it's on the DJ to like make sure he's on point with the dancers.
No,
It's
you're
on
right. Yeah, you're
it's the
100%
dancers.
correct.
It's on the dancers to be with the DJ. So what format do you mean like that? In
So you're
because
right. So let's say, it's if let's say it's a b-boy battle, the Red Bull b-boy battles, or you're just hey, I got my DJ rocking, and you're gonna meet up with another crew, and they know it's gonna be some kind of b-boy battle going off. So either well organized like a Red Bull b-boy summit, which is a little more of a important DJ approach. But yeah, something where we're talking battling. Yes, you're
so
right.
so okay. So then okay, an organized more of an organized thing. Okay, so that from that perspective, yeah, I would agree that. And if Sapphire gets on, I'll pick up the DJ Sapphire. She makes her own breaks and she DJs for b-boy battles and events. So if she does get on, maybe, or I'll ask her just after the thing, what she does, and how she tries this. How she gets on, how she tries. Somebody hit up DJ Sapphire, but how she tries to do that shit. But so for me, my background, I've only been in two organized battles. Like I came from like the street and the club scene. Like so, like it was on us. Like we didn't. It was on us to be on point with the music. Like no matter, like we had to fucking. If the DJ fucked up, and we was in a circle battling somebody, we still had to be on point because we still get clowned if we fucked up. So from that angle, no, it didn't. It's not as important. But like since the evolution, since I don't know, probably the popularity of the contests, and the organized battles, I don't know. When did I really start, man? Do you know when those organized b-boy battles started? Because I mean, I was still in the clubs and I was still in the streets, like rocking, into definitely late '90s, but into 2001, 2002, and roughly. But like, when did those? I mean, I saw some organized shit. I saw some shit like maybe in the late '90s. I started seeing the more organized stuff.
Well, I mean, it depends on how what you define as I mean, organized. I mean,
I'm saying judges.
Okay, so judge wise, yeah,
Judges in a time clock or some shit. You know what I mean, or whatever.
yeah. I mean, out here, early '90s, right?
Early '90s.
Yeah, 93, 94. Not so big, but yeah. I mean, we had. I just put this was '97, but I posted. So we had B-Boy Summit. I posted a VHS.
Well,
this is '97
videos.
Yeah, dude, I got a ton of B-Boy videos.
Oh,
but the earliest I believe was like '95 or so, if I'm not mistaken.
Because you familiar with the crew Massive Monkeys?
I've heard of the Massive Monkeys. I can't tell you from where and all that, but I've heard the name. Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just remember it from like the '90s. I mean, I don't know nothing about them like that, but yeah, okay. So yeah, it was like the '90s. So, I mean, so yes. So to answer your question, in a club, no, but in a more of an organized situation, yes, it's definitely like if you're getting a DJ, I would say if you're getting a DJ, there's going to be more of a relationship there as far as them needing to be in tune with what the b-boys are like, what's going on. But I definitely want to ask Sapphire. I mean, she might have a different story. So, but yeah, that's my take on it.
So, I have a question. And this is not to counter what you said. I just want to add on. So, you said organized. What and yeah, judges. Okay, that puts things into perspective. And at least I'm here, 93, 94, 95, around there, circa 93, 94, 95.
Someone said 90. Someone there said 90. Just real quick.
Yeah. So and that's about right. I mean, from what I know, and again,
so
Orange
90s.
County, where I'm from, the hip hop scene wasn't huge. You had to either be LA or San Diego to really have that popping. But so I have a question though. So let's say Lincoln Center, 1981, Rocksteady, and I believe Dynamic Rockers. That was somewhat of an organized battle, but there wasn't a panel of judges. The judges were the crowd. That was organized. The DJ that was there knew that was going to happen. The DJ had to be on point. So, but I like that you bring up that point, right? If you're in a club and there's that spontaneous. I'm going to see so and so in the club, and you're right. I mean, that's you kind of brought me to reality. Yeah, you have to be on point. Same thing as like I said earlier, the MC. You fuck up, are you going to stop rapping? No, you just keep going and you freestyle the shit. If you want to come back to whatever it is that you were spitting, great. But it's up to me as the MC to be able to get, stay on beat and come back to what I was spitting. I would assume it'd be the same thing for a B-boy. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I mean, just as a dancer, like it was my responsibility. It wasn't really on the DJ. But even in that, like, I mean, I say, like, if you're getting into the nitty gritty, like, if you're saying like, as far as like actual like breaks and shit, the DJ should know. I don't know. I mean, I would have to ask. To me, I would want to ask another DJ because I'm not sure. I would say that the DJ needs to be in tune with I would say the DJ. To me, the DJ needs to play dope shit. Like I've seen battles where they're B-boy battles with B-boys that I know that are fucking super nice and popping battles, and they're playing like techno or something, which I like, but that's not the crowd. Like it's all like fucking underground. Like it's not that's not the techno crowd. It's not the rave crowd. Like, or they're playing some other shit. Or they're playing like freestyle. It's weird, like fucking weird shit. You got like ill ass crews like rocking to this shit, and it sounds like a piece of shit. So to me, that's, in my opinion, is a broad answer to your question. Like the major thing on the DJ is to play fucking dope shit that's for that shit. But it's interesting that you brought this point up. I mean, we're talking a little bit longer on it, but it's interesting that you brought it up though, as far as because you're talking about like the actual like breaks and stuff, right? Like more of the nitty gritty, right?
Yeah, because and I'm glad you brought that up because now I don't want to go too long, but maybe I'll ask you off. I want to ask you about the whole freestyle techno and all that because out here, freestyle, at least when I was growing up, freestyle and that electric funk that we called it out here, that would set a B-boy off out here. Let's go, let's do it. Which
yeah, we could it does in certain ciphers out east, but not in all ciphers. I mean, it just if you're in like if you're in a spot full of like fucking like 94 backpack motherfuckers, grimy like gun toting cats, that's not flying. I mean, so it depends on the cipher. I fuck with it anywhere, but it's not as ingrained. I mean, you have certain spots where it wasn't really like it wasn't, but I mean, it was certain spots it was like super popular, but it wasn't an automatic go if you had that on. But I mean, for me, it is. I mean, I fuck with that shit heavy. So I'm just saying, like, regardless, the DJ needs to know what the fuck to play based on. If you got a house spot, don't play fucking. If you're doing a house battle, don't play fucking underground hip hop. I mean, so whatever.
Yeah, because again, it affects the dancers, right? Again, whether you're a dancer, b-boy, pop locker, boogaloo, whatever it is,
right?
What you play affects the dancer, and so you want to keep the momentum going, and that's again we go back to the importance of the DJ, and not so much freestyling and all these tricks, but keeping the vibe hot on the dance floor. You don't want to see emptiness, especially in a battle, right? Those are two different things, but in a battle, I mean, you want to keep it going because just as much as your vibe as the DJ is the crowd is vibing off of, the dancer is vibing off of. So yeah, I'll stop it there because I know where you said we're talking a little too much than we wanted to, but just thought I'd bring it up.
Got you. So I wanted to discuss
Rubik's brought up freestyle, and yeah, I think that's what's moment, right? Freestyle, don't stop the rock, shit like that.
I'm talking about like New York Latin freestyle. I mean, I don't know all the names.
Latin freestyle, okay, and that's what I was talking about too.
Cover girls and shit. Some of that back in the day, fucking Jose. I mean, I'm from that fucking.
Shit.
Lisa. I mean, that was
Lisa and the Cult Jam. Yeah, we get it. Yeah, cool.
And there was some other shit. So anyway, my thing was watching a DJ perform, like, quote unquote, because some DJs, it's interesting. Some DJs, like, because not every DJ does tricks, right?
Right.
So I've talked to a couple of dope DJs that really don't give a fuck where they're actually physically stationed while they're playing out, because um it's not about, for them, it's not about them, it's about the music, and it's about everybody else. Like, so in a lot of places, clubs, when I grew up, DJs were sometimes in, like, like up in some little like tower shit somewhere, like you could see them but you couldn't access them, so or something. But then later, I don't know, they started being more like out, kind of front and center. And even though like DJs weren't doing tricks, like if it was a hip hop show, even if it was a rave that was I went to, like I thought it was dope to see DJs actually DJ, like personally, like, because I can't do that shit. That shit is hard. You can't just, it looks easy but it's hard, right? It's one of those things. And it's like the learning curve. I mean, I don't really know what the learning curve is on that before you're actually good, but I couldn't just sit down and do it, right? So like my thing is, I like watching a DJ actually perform. And it was funny, these two DJs told me like that they weren't really into that. And so because I asked them to do something with me, and they were like, well, I don't do any tricks, so like what's the point of just watching me? So I'm just curious what you think about that, because personally I like seeing shit that I can't do. So I'll be interested. There's times where like if I'm was tired from dancing, I would just watch the DJ like DJ, because that's just dope to me. You know what I mean? The art form, the craft itself, the actual manipulation of the records, the hands and all that shit. Me and Mr. Sinister were having a fun time, because I just kept doing this. I said, when you do all this, I was like, well, yeah, when you do all this. So, like, or just, but even just like, no, but just blending, like just, the art of blending one song into another one seamlessly, that shit is fucking just like so fucking dope to me. So what's your thoughts? Basically, what's your thoughts on watching a DJ quote unquote perform? Is that something you're into?
Oh,
like
you're asking the right person. I mean, so and I mean you're talking to someone that is major head. I mean, I told you before, I can watch a DJ do a good DJ do their thing for hours. I can listen to DJs mix for hours, and I like both. Keep in mind, I like both. I like the blends where it's just music to vibe out, and I love the tricks.
Right. Watch though, right?
Absolutely.
Here's
why. Here's why. And let's talk. Let's approach this as how do I want to say this? Kind of like a passerby hip hop head, right? Not a hey, I know who Company Flow is. More like, oh, I've heard of Dr. Dre, I've heard of DJ Quick, kind of, and that's where it stops. Kind of like just a passerby, right? And you say, okay, so and so is in the mix. Power 106, Hot 97, whatever it is, they tune in and they hear these blends. To them, it's just music being blended. Oh, scratch here, whatever. You don't see what it takes to blend a certain record, or what they're doing before getting you to hear that next song that comes in. They're queuing that shit up, right? So all you know is,
when I'm watching the queue up, this shit is amazing, yo.
It's
the shit
crazy.
when you're watching it, when you're like, you're sitting, I'm not to cut you off, but when you're watching that shit, like, because I can't do it. So when you're watching this shit,
it's insane. It's insane. See, okay, and little side note, little detour. That's why it was so hard for me to accept Serato and buttons and all that, because with these buttons you can just like boom, queued up. Now you know where done. Like you're looking at the laptop, to where before it's like I thought it was amazing where you're blending and you queue it up and you're hearing it on this. Okay, cool. Now I can blend it. When people came out with like no headphones in, what the fuck? So yes, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, but
all right.
I love watching a DJ do his thing. Whether whether it's just blending, just normal, the occasional scratch. It doesn't even have to be crazy. Or if we're talking fucking rock Raider, cut chemist, you know, scratch pickles, scratch hamsters doing their thing. Yeah, I'm a fucking head for that. My wife hates it because all she hears, you know, I'm telling you, I get into these zones where it's like 3 weeks of like certain sounds or whatever, and it's like she's like, that's all I hear, just fucking and fucking blends, and she calls it scrambled eggs because she said it doesn't make any sense. I'm like, well, you kind of have to have the ear for it. But yes, I can. I used to frequent all DJ shows just to watch them spin.
Word. All right. So that's that. Yo, state your topic. I'm going right here. I'm looking at it right here. Just give me
Yeah,
2 seconds. Hey, go ahead.
J Rock. We had that conversation about that like maybe 2 episodes ago. Who my favorite DJ was? J Rock, Cut Chemist, and not to be biased, but and I know they're from the West Coast, but I also said Jazzy Jeff is pretty dope. But okay, so we're going to move on. What are we at?
We're on the B-boy.
With the Bboy.
Yeah.
So I kind of touched on it, right? So the Bboy is setting
No,
up your
no,
routine.
you just no, you started out on the B-boy, and I did the DJ. So we're back to the B-boy. You're on the second year B-boy topic. Sorry.
So I'm on my Bboy shit. All right, cool.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's somewhat similar to what we were talking about, right? A B-boy, and even a DJ, even an MC, with the exception of the graffiti, right? I mean, all the elements do this, but setting up a routine, right? You can't. I mean, MCs were doing this early on, right? There wasn't rap music. There was routines. MCs would do this. The B-boys would do the same thing. You knew who had the best style, the best quote unquote power moves. So you save those to the end, and you know what's the hottest song out right now. Okay, the DJ's probably gonna play that. Let's do a routine to that. So both B-boys and DJs do this, but the B-boys, I think, have it, I don't know, maybe the same, right? Being able, I love to see when, especially a B-boy can move, or a popper, let's put it that way, better, popper is better. A popper can pop to the sound or the certain breaks of a song that are playing, or the lyrics. I saw someone popping to, I think, like Paperboy Diddy from like 93, and there's a certain break at the end, and this dude did some kind of lowrider, like, so this guy was popping the whole time, and when it broke it down, this dude acted like he was like a lowrider and just kind of like hit the pancake, did the boom boom up side to side, and it looked fucking crazy dope to me. Being able as a B-boy to set up routines solo, also with your crew, which is more skillful for me, WC, is super important. Now that I say this, I think we might have even talked about this, but how important is it? Well, let's put it this way. At what point do you say, all right, I've done a routine, I have routines in my pocket and the holster. At what point in a B-boy battle do you say, fuck it, I'm gonna freestyle the rest of this and see if I can take my competition out?
Well, so I can only speak from personal experience, and a personal experience again was I was in clubs and I was in the streets and fucking community centers and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so it was always a freestyle. Everybody freestyled. There was no
Love that.
so I can't speak to anything organized really. So even when I did the 2 organized battles as like a 36, 37-year-old man, that's when I first did them.
Oh shit.
Yeah. 36, yeah, 36, 37. First time I just on a whim, like, all right, fuck it. Like somebody, you know, was like, and I, you know, I'll tell you about it later, but I freestyled that. I didn't have no routine. It was an all-stars battle anyway. One was an all-stars battle, one was a B-boy battle. I just fucking freestyled the whole shit. So, yeah, so I can only speak from my experience. My experience is, it's like, you know, you got to be ready for whatever. Like, my everything was off the top, like everything. So I practiced all because it says hours of practice for minutes. I practiced a lot, but even when the B-boying was there, so you got to, and this is also important as far as my story goes. We're gonna talk about it when I get to my B-boy topic. My transition from traditional like B-boy and up rock and top rock and all that stuff to more of a just quote unquote, I guess the term is hip hop dance. But this New York style, Mob Top, Elite Force, that whole shit, that was the heaviest influence on me. B-boy, I mean, so I'm just gonna be transparent here. B-boying was my beginning, but when that style of dance came out, that mid '80s dance, and everybody that I was like, oh, I can do whatever I want now. Okay, it's over, So that's very important there. But so personally, I'm just speaking personal experience. I I'm always ready to go off the top. So I actually didn't have. I've never practiced even when I was younger and stuff and was actively b-boying, I didn't know. I mean, like I just practiced. I practiced moves, but I've never practiced a routine
Okay.
ever,
And see,
unless it was for a show that I was doing with other people and we were rehearsing, choreographing and stuff like that. But I've never practiced a routine for any type of upcoming battle or if it was potential beef, or we going to the club, we gonna see them niggas there, whatever. Like have this shit ready. I knew my fucking major darts that I had, but I didn't know when I was gonna use them. I mean, I was like, yo, save these joints, but they, so that's firstly me. I mean, I'm just
no,
saying,
that's good. That's good.
yeah.
And I've seen both on my end, right? I've seen where, I mean, I grew up with b-boys, and it was always, oh, they're in the garage. But I've seen both of, yes, of course you're gonna practice and do moves, but not like you said, not necessarily, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, this is where you come in, and unless they're organizing some kind of talent show or whatnot. But I've also seen, I can't remember the name of the crew. This was 95, 96. Um, where these dudes, I remember his name's Alex, and this dude was constantly, I mean, to the point where he would write it down. He'd write down notes and shit, and then after school in the quad area, or even in like the shop area, the auto shop area, it'd be like, all right, so this is what we're gonna do about, and I'm like, well, that's kind of dope, right? But to me,
Mm-hmm.
so here's the thing with me, quickly. You can practice and organize something all day, but with what I said before, the DJ fucks up, the other crew, whoever you're battling, somehow has the same moves. They hit you, they break you off with something, that next move you have is not going to work. What the fuck are you going to do now?
Yeah. Right. Here's the thing. If you can't audible, if you can't Peyton Manning, Omaha that bitch, and fucking audible, then you're fucked. So whatever routine you got as a dancer, I can tell you right now, no matter what, like if you in a battle, popping, b-boying, all styles, whatever the fuck it is, if you can't go off the heezy when shit breaks down and somehow you got your routine, you ready for your fucking routine. I know people, it's like you got your routine already and this shit is fucking goes sideways, then like you fucked, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't fucking, you know what I mean? Where if they hit you with something like, oh, now, or they do something that you was gonna do, and part of the combo, like they already did or some shit, and now now all you had was that, like, and you can't just rock because it's from the heart, man. It's not up here. So that's when, no problem having a routine. But all the best dancers that do b-boys, b-girls, poppers, lockers that have routines or whatever will fucking wreck you in a club, wreck you at the poppers picnic, wreck you at whatever fucking, you know what I'm saying, unofficial, just organic battle. They'll crush you because they can dance. If you can't dance and all you can do is a routine, then you're fucked. So that's as far as routines go, can you fucking audible that shit? And if you can't, it ain't gonna work for you when shit goes sideways, and it will, because your battle's not gonna go exactly the way you expect it to go. So, I mean, so I don't know. I think it's important to be able, if that's that's the thing for b-boy and to have routines, but as a dancer, you better be able to know how to just fucking rock and just take somebody out on some just like I came at you with whatever I had that day, like, and if I lost, I lost, but it was just like, I'm coming for your ass, and I'm coming with just whatever I got.
I got a question for you. On topic, but just a little side. So your style of dancing is different, right? Because it is like, even though the b-boy is a feeling, is a heart thing, and you kind of vibe off with the DJ, but your kind of your style of dancing, or that style of dancing, to me is super dope because again, it's it's free, right? Whatever you feel, you're going to do. There's something about that dance that I've always gravitated to. I never did it myself. I really don't know why, because I was always into dance, but it was always more popping. But
I love the
being
pop.
that, huh?
I said I love popping. By the way, I'm
Well,
a,
so popping, I would figure, is a little more free
yeah.
because you are whatever, you're able to move your body certain ways. But when it
Yeah.
comes to b-boy, right, you got to know your 1990s. You got to do your flares, your head spins, your the top rock, the up rock, whatever, and it's all somewhat uniform, as
Right.
opposed to popping or what is it what's the style of dance? Is it freestyle? Is that what it's called, or what was?
Yeah. So in New York, I mean, so we're transitioning to like basically dance transitions mid '80s. You saw the videos and stuff like that, right? Like it was this more. Like if you watch the what's it, the live from Brooklyn or something, Wrecking Shop from Wrecking Shop video. Big up Misfits. Big up Mob Top, Crew Link, Ejo. Like the style of dancing became more free. It was still boogieing and became like, and it was, so the technical term was just like hip hop dance. Like if you go to class in New York, it'll be like hip hop dance. That'll be the class. But and it's just, you can do more shit, but you're still on beat. You incorporate big up Rubber Band. So we're talking about it right here. He's one of the pioneers of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he can speak on it as far as sharing, like, then the legendary, the transition from traditional b-boy and up rocking to, and Rubber Band can ask. We were asking Rubber Band, like, is there a name for the style that like everybody y'all came up with, like as far as like the OGs back in the day, Stretch and everybody, like when it transitioned, you know what I'm saying? Because it was a change. You started seeing all the cats in the videos, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Chef,
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that.
Yo,
So
Soul
Butterflies,
Brothers,
Tribe Unique.
Soul,
That's the first
big
time
up
I saw them do it.
Soul Brothers, you know what I'm saying? Def Jeff, you know what I'm saying? So big up Mob Top, big up Misfits, Marquez, Rubber Band, like, like Keto, like they changed how I view dance, because I could fucking still wreck niggas but do my own shit. Like our squad, we all had different styles. Like it was like some kung fu shit. Like, one dude got the bow, one dude got the fucking two swords, one dude got the fucking
You guys are
daggers.
like the Wu-Tang of the
One
dance
dude
shit.
got the
Yeah.
long hair and he'll fucking whip you and chain you with that shit. You know what I mean? Like we all had like, and we would just wreck your ass. But it was similar. Our styles were similar because we rocked together all the time. But my man was like, I'm 5'8". My man was like 6'1". So his shit gonna look different. So you know what I mean? It's like, so that transition was huge for me, man. Like because it freed me up to just like really express myself as a dancer and not just a b-boy. Because to me, being a b-boy is a lifestyle. Like I'm a b-boy at heart. Like we talked about that
We
before.
talked about, yeah.
Like that's in my blood. I mean, that's how I rock. That's how I pose for a picture. That's how I tie my sneakers. That's how I clean my sneakers, wear my hat, whatever. But like at the same time, like the dancing part, like it was a great transition for me. Like when I saw the Chill Rock G video, and of course his session, the party line, Rubber Band was in that. Um, like the saw all the dope. We used to rewind them shits, man. I used to do all the moves, man. And so like that even Kid and Play played a big part of it too. Like that shit, like the house party, like I was battling cats in like 7th, 8th grade, like doing all this shit. You know what I mean? So, it was just a. I love people. I mean, it's it's part of the shit. It's a foundation. But for me as a dancer, it just transitioned because I could do house shit. I could pop. I could do it all. I could rock it all. And as long as it's fucking ill and it's on beat, then you're good.
And that's why I loved it, because it was like it almost like I felt like the gates were kind of open, and like boom, you just, I mean, again, you can transition from like, yeah, you could do a little lock here, pop there, and then just kind of, I loved it. Chef said it
Pretty
best.
much, watch the Toss It Up video by Ziggy, and there you go. Big up Prance Low. Watch the Toss It Up video. Ziggy, classic joint. I mean, it bangs to this day. It could be shot today.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying they're the creators, because obviously that's not the case. But the first time I ever saw that style was with Abstract Root, Tribe Unique, Butterfly, and them. They were, that's, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And and I don't know if I might have seen that style of dancing before, and I just disregarded it. But it was Abstract Rude and the Tribe Unique that kind of, I opened my eyes, and it was after I saw that, shit was just boom and just everywhere. And this was 95, something like that.
Okay,
94.
yeah. So yeah, Mob Top. These guys they've been doing it for a while, but like, and, Buddha Stretch, Link. These guys, they choreographed the remember the help choreograph the Remember the Time video for Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Mob Top did. So you know what I mean. So that's where it evolved to. Like they talk. I think it was Buddha Stretch taught Michael Jackson like some like move that he started doing after. So that's where they're all Link, Loose Joint. I got some stickers with some throat. Hold on, she said most of my graffiti game. Like, where my fucking who on test? Who on test my youths? I might have some stickers. Yeah, all this shit. Anyway, so that we can, that's that, man. I mean, I think it's a good stopping point there. I mean, but like, it's enough respect for B-Boy, and as far as big up Chucky, big up Back to the Lab.
Someone asked if we were from different coasts, and that might set
a
foundation as to why we have. Yeah, so I'm from the West Coast.
Yo, tell them about that shit, yo.
So one of the main reasons why we do this, one of the several reasons why we're doing this, and our documentary, which we're still working on, is to show you guys that two different styles, two different coasts. Check that out.
Oh, it's backwards though. So anyway,
can really come together at the end of the day for the love of hip hop and the elements, right? I might like something, and I can tell you off the bat, I definitely like certain styles that I know Tamal doesn't rock with. And that's fine. I've seen a lot of people be like, "What the fuck you talking about? You don't like Tupac, or you don't know nothing about hip hop." And it has nothing to do with what we like and all that shit. It's just at the end of the day, we can both say, you know what, you like that, I like this, but we're still here trying to preserve the culture and bring it all together, that unity, right? From ethnicity, from coasts, from hip hop, music, all that just coming together.
So the values are the same. That's what the fuck matters, man. We don't have to agree on the same music. Fuck the music, first of all.
Yeah, it's a culture.
You know what I'm saying? The values are the same. Like we fuck with the same shit. Like I was fucking with the West Coast shit. You was fucking with the East Coast shit. And it's just, and then so there's some overlap and there's some shit that we miss. So it's cool where there overlap. There, I was fucking with that too. Oh, word, I was fucking with that too. And then it's cool when it's like, oh no, I wasn't fucking with that. Oh, word, we were fucking with that. So but the values remain the same. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like that's what's important, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like the values are there. Like what we care about. You don't bite. Somebody said turn the comments on, but the comments are on, aren't they? Yeah, everyone's commenting.
I see the comments coming in.
Rob hit me up and said to turn the comments on, but that's on you, B. I don't know. He can't
comments are coming in.
Yeah, mad people commenting. I don't have control over it though. But yeah, man. Try to. I don't know, Rob. it's about the values, man. We don't bite. You don't fucking steal people's shit. You write your own shit. You fucking whatever. You come up with your own name. You don't steal nobody else's stage. You don't fucking whatever. Like you don't. We have the same exact values when it comes to graffiti. Exact shit. Like so the fundamentals are there and the foundation is there so we can fucking build and then we can the differences are what make it dope. We can have something to talk about. It's cool. You know what I mean? Like it ain't shit. People act like differences should make you fucked up, but that's what fuck it. We got differences. Cool. Let's talk about it. I ain't never heard this shit. Oh word, that's dope. Oh, he put me on to this shit. So, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, and I know that's not the topic, but I think I want to build off of that. I think it's crazy because we talked about this a little bit, where out here it was all, especially 90s, 92, 93, 94, 95. It was all the G funk shit. That's all you heard out of cars, right? Where you had cats like me, where yeah, I would listen to the Dre shit, right? But I was more on that underground East Coast shit. When Wu-Tang came out, people were like, "What the fuck? Like, there's no bass in that. How can you bump that in the car?" Didn't matter to me because I wasn't driving. We talked about that, right? So I put on, which is funny because a lot of people were talking shit in the beginning, and then 96, 97, when like let's say Wu-Tang really blew up. Then they're like, "Oh yeah, Wu-Tang." Like, you weren't saying that back in 93, 94 when I was bumping. We know shit like that. But it's cool because we can all learn from each other. And that's the point. That's why we're doing this, right? Because if someone has never heard of, let's say, a Cannibal Ox, what the fuck is that? That's weird. The cover's weird. But try it. Oh, no, I'm from Cali. I do the G function. Try it. Then if you don't, cool, we that. But you love hip hop, yeah. Then we can keep it cool. And that's what we're trying to do. So it's about the culture, not about who knows more, who likes what, all that bullshit.
Yeah, to answer your question, I forgot. I mean, he's from Orange County, California. I'm from Connecticut. So that's the differences there. We are definitely opposite coast. I mean, I don't live in Connecticut right now, but I live on the East Coast. What's your DJ point?
So, battles, DJ battles, right? The first big, well, I can't say it was a DJ battle because the DMCs weren't a hip hop DJ battle. If I'm not mistaken, I think Rubik's, you might know this, but if I'm not mistaken, I think DJ Cheese was the first one to introduce kind of the hip hop shit in '86. I might be wrong there, but DMCs, you have a ton of old different little DJ battles or whatnot. We saw obviously '86, post '86, even up to like 97, 98. 99. I mean, the DMCs were big, right? We talk about Beat Junkies, a bunch of DJs. I'm not going to sit here and talk about them. Then, personally, I saw the DMCs and any DJ battle just kind of like, kind of take a, I'm not going to say they weren't happening, but it wasn't as prominent.
Right.
Does it matter? Should we try to get back into it, or is it more important just to get the element of the DJ in the hands of the listeners as opposed to back to the DMCs or any DJ battles that are out there?
Wait, get it back. You said get it back to the listeners, or what's the other option? You said
so. What's more important? Live time. Is it more important just to get to the youngster? I hate to say that, like the young generation back into respecting the DJ and what the DJ represents to the culture, or is it getting the DJ back into like the prime DMC? Because again, the DMCs in the 90s were huge. I mean, that was a big thing. Again, Rock Raider, Sinister, Executioners, Beat Junkies.
Yeah.
And it's not really a thing, at least not that I see.
I don't think that's going to ever happen again. I think it's such a niche thing to do that shit. And I think that's always going to be a niche thing. I think the DMCs still happen, don't they? But they
do. But
yeah.
Again, I mean, I would see, and I would figure I'd see it more now with social media. But
yeah. So I mean, so they still happen, but as far as being in the forefront, I don't think that'll ever. I don't think it's going to happen for a while. The DJ is constantly minimized. The DJ doesn't. I mean, Sinister was telling me like club promoters tell him like we'll just get my cousin to play it on the fucking iPhone. Like that's so. Yeah. Because and he said younger DJs are like. Younger controlled kids are paying, getting paid $50 to fucking
Just push a button.
yeah, it's a spin, and they're taking away like because they're like, well, I'll pay this kid $50, So, you know, um, I think the DMCs are important, and I think for hip hop heads, it's important we should support the DMCs and stuff like in DJ competitions. But I think it's even more important to bring all of the elements back together to like where they're like shows shit's going on, and they're like there's a more cross element shit going on, if anything. But um, I think we need to start. I think DJs need to um, start working with clubs and promoters and people that understand their value, and stop taking shitty gigs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that needs to go on. I think a lot of shit needs to go on. So I think DJs need to start getting paid better. I think we need to work on like bringing back the prominence of the DJ period. Like fuck, DMCs are important, but it's like all of that. Like let's not just make the DJ a dinosaur type thing that just it's such a niche thing. No, I mean like bring it back to where it's like front and center and really important again. You know what I mean? Because it is important. So that's what I think there. You know what I mean?
Bet. I like it. Yeah, because I don't know, man. Again, like I said, I would figure with social media these days, because back then it was flyers. Again, and I'm from the West Coast, so I can only talk about that. But back then you saw flyers, DMCs, and videos, and VHSs, and DVDs, and the DMCs, and guess who won? Rapmatic, and these days it's kind of like I don't know. So is it me? Like I said, I would figure with social media, I would see a lot more of that. I see the B-Boy Summit shit, but DMCs DMCs weren't a hip hop thing before. So right off the rip, just acknowledge that. You know, the hip hop shit came in after, and they made it an all DJ hip hop battle. So is it that it ran its course, and now it's like, all right, we're back to the. That's probably what I'm looking at, right? They're back at the regular DMC shit, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really niche thing now it's really traditional DJing is a really niche thing. Period. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, I wanted to get into my desire to scratch, like so, and I talked to Senator about it. So I don't know, right? So I still might do it. So they got these portable turntables out. I think Newmark makes two of them. You got one? Oh, you got one.
I just bought one.
You just bought one, motherfucker. Okay, this guy.
The Newmark PTO1 scratch.
Oh, that's the one. So all right. All right. So I never. All right. There we go. It's funny. I asked you if I was a poser because half joking, half not joking, because I'm skipping right straight to scratching. I wouldn't know how to DJ. I would just know how to get good at that shit. And it's like, am I a poser? And he's like, well, you would, he kindly said like yes and no, like you need to know how to DJ like as well. So because it's funny because I wouldn't want to just get dope at that. I mean, but the funny thing is, I just wanted to get that for around the crib and just fuck around.
That's exactly why I got it. Yeah.
Like I don't because he said if you're playing out, he goes because you can play out with those and shit, and people play out with those things, and he's like yeah, and I'm like playing out with that shit. I think that's kind of I don't know. I wouldn't want to. I don't know. But so it's funny, but a part of me was just like yo. Because I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm like, yo, I want to get that exact same joint. And then I was thinking about getting the Raiden fader. Probably seen that shit, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I want to fucking go. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean,
there we go. What up? You got the shit.
So I mean, and I didn't get it to be like, yo, I'm gonna go on Instagram and do it live. And this is really just for me, and it's been for me. I mean, I've had it for what 2 or 3 months. And if I'm in, if wifey falls asleep Friday, Saturday night, and it's like 10:30, I'm up, boom, burn, come in the little dungeon here and just throw on the music and just scratch my
So
ass off.
what do you put on it though? Like what? So it's actual.
So yeah, I have we have I bought a few scratch records and like instrumentals. So there's little 45s. This is KDEF, so little 45s,
It's just
45 side.
yeah. So it's just it's a record. You could just scratch on the shit.
Yeah, I mean you can play the record, but so I changed it. I changed the fader because the fader that comes in, it doesn't fade. It's not useful.
Yeah, knobby shit, right?
Yeah. So this one, I mean, this one slides really nice. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yo, I can scratch crazy. But again, it's just for me. I'm not here trying to say like, I get it because we all talked about we've talked about this. Like, oh, you can't just be scratching and not know how to mix, right? You can mix and do all that and not necessarily be a great scratcher because that's not what DJ's about. So vice versa, right? But again, this is for me. This is for myself. No one hears it other than my sometimes.
Well, yeah. So what you can play anything on it, but you can like what are you supposed to scratch on it then? Like it doesn't play like Serato or nothing, right?
No. This is old school shit. I mean, you plug it in, and I mean, this is really to scratch. You can plug in like a Bluetooth speaker and have an instrumental playing on your phone, and the scratch comes from here.
Oh, have an instrumental like okay.
So what I do is I plug in my phone
Mm-hmm.
to the Bluetooth, and the
Mm-hmm.
Bluetooth space. I mean, the speaker here is okay, but it's not loud enough. So I get the Bluetooth, or I got a regular turntable here, and I have the instrumental here, and the scratch comes off of the sound here. Now, again, the sound is not the greatest. It's a super small. Here, let me see if I can do this. It's a super small speaker right there.
Oh, so you can plug another speaker into it though, right?
So yeah. So again, if I have the music on loud, you're not gonna be able to hear this. So I'll put another Bluetooth speaker, and it's beautiful. It's like you're in a little club.
Wait, so you got a Bluetooth going to the little turntable, right?
Right.
And you said the phone's playing the beat.
Right. So I plug in my phone to my speakers. So I got a regular turntable here, and I got pretty big speakers. So I plug in my phone to these big speakers, and I plug in. I don't think I have it here. A smaller Bluetooth, little tube thing, and then I plug that into this turntable. So big speakers are playing the instrumental. The smaller speakers is playing the scratch.
I just got a Bluetooth. Oh, I got a couple of speakers. Damn. So you need all that? I mean, can you just?
You could do it all at one. You could do it all at one.
I mean, I got a Bluetooth speaker that's a really good one. I mean, this one I use for the show. It's a Bose joint. It's fucking bangs.
Bro,
So
all I can say, I mean, that's the last thing you should. If it's fun as a motherfucker.
so
That's all I'm gonna say.
you plug your phone into it though and play. Like, what kind of beat? Like, just I mean, what do you? I mean, I don't. Is it, you find like scratch beats?
Yeah. I mean, instrumentals. The homie Goomson has some. Again, I have KDEF joints. Oh, I can send you some too. I got a ton of these, dude. I got a ton of these. Like they Redef Records sent me a care package, and I've just been giving them out. Yeah. I'll send you some, and then
Man, underrated, underappreciated jewel in this fucking shit. You can, because I saw that rating fader. I'm like, yo, that shit look crazy. This shits are cheap too, yo. I mean, for
bro,
what?
I got so these are like I can't remember. I think it was like 130, and I'm like, that's not bad. But then I waited for a special. I got it for $70.
Ooh. All right.
Now I will say this because Rubik's just brought it up too. I got the little turntable for $70, and then another 30 for the different fader. You could also change, like he said, the tone arm, the cartridge. Then you're all decking it out. But it's still, bro, it's fun as hell.
All right, word. So there we go. Yo, can you believe the fucking hour is like?
Bro, we're gonna have to do this like an hour and a half, something.
I mean, I just so you know, I'm clear. I can go for, whatever, yo. But I'm clear if we want to keep going. But so
I haven't had dinner, so I would love to, but I haven't had dinner. I'm hungrier than a motherfucker.
So,
but yeah, man, I honestly, and anybody, I would suggest it. Again, it's not about being a poser. It's not about, oh, you got to learn how to make. I get it. Yes, you do. If you're gonna learn the art of the DJ, then yeah, of course. But this is pretty fun, dude. Like, you just get in, get in a zone, like I said, a couple drinks in, blunt in, and just vibe the fuck out. Any instrumental, dude, it's whatever.
I feel you. No, word. Um, yo, fuck it. We got 2 minutes. I'm gonna fucking. Yo, I think the evolution of power moves and b-boying is fucking ridiculous, yo. And it's
Yeah.
yo, we actually did cover fucking everything. Right here.
I don't. Did you? You didn't cover the power moves, all right? The evolution, because I know you had that on.
2 minutes. The evolution of power moves has been crazy in b-boying, and the art. Um, and as much as you and I talk about how cats don't dance and they just do fucking crazy acrobatics and tricks, some of the shit that these cats are doing, as far as just like beat in the b-boy battles, is like, I didn't even know like people could do stuff like this. Like, so I just wanted to,
Insane, dude. It's
I just
fucking
wanted to
nuts.
touch on that. I do wish they would dance more. Yo, if you take somebody with some solid up rocking, some solid top rocking, and solid foundation, and then add that bag of tricks, they're unstoppable, yo, because they can do anything. They can take you on any level. Oh, we just want to fuck around? All right, I got you. Now you want to get busy? Okay, I'm about to destroy your fucking ass. But like, these cats don't dance. But I did want to acknowledge, man, like, like not these younger cats and the shit they're doing now as far as like power moves is like off the hook. So yeah.
Well, they say, I mean, this is kind of like a rule of life, right? They say anything is impossible until it's possible. Meaning, until somebody does it, everyone thinks like, oh, you can't do that. Somebody does it, then the next person perfects that first person, and so on and so forth. Then all of a sudden, you get something that someone at one point said like, yeah, there's no way anybody can spin on their head. Now you got motherfuckers spinning on their head for 10 minutes straight. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me, but at the same breath, I'm amazed at what these dudes are doing these days. I understand that. We've talked about this. Yeah, you got to know the foundation. You got to know how to uprock. Your footwork, super important. But again, I mean, I'm not going to dumb down these b-boy pockets, and, these motherfuckers are insane with their craft.
I don't think that Rubber Band said the power moves won't be allowed in the Olympics, though. Fuck the b-boy in the Olympics, man. I hate that shit. Yeah, you're right. Listen, all the elements, Rob, it's on another level. Even the scratching's on another level. I've seen the MCN's on another level. The beat, like Caesar's crazy. Caesar's crazy. The kid Vile's crazy. Yeah, like my man. Yeah. So yeah, it's on another level. But I don't even think the b-boy should be.
Caesar is an alien.
Yeah, Caesar's crazy. Yeah,
Fucking nuts, crazy, dude. I mean, it's with everything. I mean, the styles these days is just. They've asked, who the fuck was it? Some DJ, I can't remember who it was, and they're like, "What do you think? When you were coming up, battling or whatever the fuck, and you look at it now, and dude just sat. I can't remember who it was. Dude just sat there like, when would I have thought, they would have been able to do this, that, and the third? No, because again, like I said, everything is impossible until it's possible, and at that point, we're going that route.
Right. No, it's crazy. Yeah. So, word, man.
All right, brother. What do you got coming?
Real quick, our new recent episodes, Napoleon the Legend, that build is up on YouTube. Our build with DJ Sapphire, she's super dope. Spin super ill 90s shit. That shit's on YouTube. Our build with Brother Jay, recently Conscious Elevation on Media Control of Hip Hop is on YouTube.
That's important right there.
And we got next week we got the Bad Seed, Brooklyn on the show. And we just had Mr. Sinister, so we'll get that up on YouTube in a couple of days. So, and we got our build. So salute everybody, that fucks with us, man, and everybody coming in the shit,
Absolutely. And on my end, I'm still gonna get that whole YouTube up and running.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. I forgot.
Yeah. I mean, the YouTube is up and running. It's just I haven't promoted it the way I wanted to. Save the Hip Hop Culture. Just go on there. You should be able to see it. But I'll promote it. We got all that. The website is up. I got a special. I just ordered some stickers on some special shit on some Tame One homage shit, and I'm gonna give those out. There's no way. you know, charge for that. I think that'd be stupid. But yeah, I'm gonna give some out. But again, my main thing is getting people to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna push that pretty heavy.
All right, word. So yeah, hit me. We got to build on that. So, salute everybody joining in, regulars, new people, everybody fucking with us. You know what I mean? We just trying to talk about the real shit, and you know, we appreciate y'all, man. You know, it's always dope. So
Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. Appreciate you, brother, for always coming on. And yeah, man, we'll do it again.
word, yeah. We'll talk to you soon. All right, be
All right,
good.
peace.
Peace.